Hard to believe that this little thing is one of the most anticipated motorcycles to finally come to Canada. It's been around in the States for a few years, but from what I hear, if you want one south of the border, good luck to you. These things sell out before hitting dealership floors. In fact, seeing as it's a variation of the Super Cub, it, along with the Cub, is the highest selling motor vehicle of all time. Honda has sold well over 100 million Cubs and Trails by now, and isn't slowing down, with both the Super Cub and Trail 125 still going strong. So why is that? Why do people love them so much and have for so many decades? Does this bike justify that devotion? Brooke and I spent over a week with the Trail 125 both on and off road. I ran it in town, in the twisties, on the gravel and dirt roads, ATV trails, and even on single track, and ended up with a pretty good idea of where this bike fits into the world of Honda mini motos. It's the adventure bike of the group. To find out why, stay tuned. And as always, if you enjoy this content, please consider subscribing, hitting the like button, and sharing this video with friends. Yep, just kick it down.
You ready?
Yep. Kick it hard. There you go. First, the stats. The Trail 125 is powered by the same 124cc, 10 horsepower, 8 pound-feet of torque, air-cooled, single-cylinder motor that pushes the Grom, Monkey, Super Cub, and Dax. This year, the engine was revised with a longer stroke and higher compression for more efficiency at lower RPM. In the Trail 125, the engine is mated to a 4-speed semi-auto transmission operated by a heel-toe shifter with a unique shifting pattern.
Wow, no clutch.
Okay. Now, over
it's not
here,
gonna, so it won't stall, obviously.
it's never going to stall. Yeah, it's kind of like an automatic-ish type of thing. So, okay, over here you have, when you stomp down on this, there are 4 gears. You stomp down on the front, it gets you into first gear. Because I think it's in neutral now. Is it in neutral?
It's not.
Oh no, it's in first gear. So just click down on the back. Is it in neutral now?
I don't think so.
Keep.
There.
Oh, there we go. Okay,
Okay.
so now it's in neutral. Now I can turn it on with the regular way.
That's weird.
Yep.
That's weird.
And so, first gear, you stomp down one time and it's in first gear. It's not going to take off until you actually twist the gas. So you don't even have to be on the brake. Yeah. Now you just...
Okay, so there's no gear indicator.
Nope, there's no gear indicator on this. There are only 4 gears though. Okay, so just twist that throttle a little bit and get a feel for it's going to start going. All right.
Oh, it's really different. Okay, here I go.
Yeah, and just click down on the front again to switch into second, and then third, and so on. There you go. Piece of cake. Yes, this takes a bit of getting used to for an experienced motorcyclist, but I have a feeling that it is the result of the bike being intended for city commuting. When you only stomp down to shift, you won't scuff up your nice work shoes. The power is close to what you feel on the Grom or Monkey, which have standard 5-speed transmissions, but the delivery of that power is softer and almost feels like a CVT. You can start from first or second gear, but the acceleration is a bit slower than on the Grom or Monkey. The Trail weighs 256 pounds, which is 25 and 30 pounds more than the Grom and Monkey respectively, and that may account for the slightly slower sprint off the line. However, included in the extra weight is a center stand, engine guards, a metal bash plate, and one of the largest rear racks I've ever seen on a motorcycle. So you get plenty of practicality with your extra weight. Top speed is in the 90 km/h or 55 mph range. The bike handles very well in the twisties, and it does confirm the old saying, it's more fun to ride a slow bike fast than a fast bike slow. I had it pinned wide open on some of my favorite twisty roads, and it railed the turns without drama. Lean angles are generous, and the larger 17-inch wheels roll nicely and hold a line in a turn well. The small-wheeled Grom and Monkey are more nimble but also more twitchy, while the Trail is very friendly and predictable. In terms of suspension, the Trail keeps it simple. The fork is non-adjustable and has 4.3 inches of travel, while the old-school shocks, adjustable for spring preload, offer 3.4 inches. On pavement, the suspension keeps the trail buttoned down and soaks up the bumps nicely. It handles gravel and dirt roads admirably well. However, when you take the trail on some of the rougher trails, the bigger rocks and logs unsettle the bike a bit. But in its defense, it's not a dirt bike and few owners will take it chomping down the trail like I did. And yes, I did tackle some of the less technical single track sections I usually do on more off-road oriented bikes, and the trail made it through, slowly and carefully. The 6.5-inch ground clearance, while not bad for a mini moto, did meet its limits a few times, and the solid bash plate came in handy. Also, the tires are quite road biased and don't have the traction in the muck that knobbies would. Hit a muddy bit or a bigger rock at speed and the trail reminds you quickly that it's predominantly meant for pavement, gravel, and smoother dirt roads. The brakes on the Trail 125 are also unique, as only the front wheel has ABS, enabling some fun hooliganism with locking the rear wheel. On the steeper trails, you do get some ABS clacking when engaging the front brakes on the downhills, so you can have a sphincter clenching moment coming down some of the steeper inclines. However, with the rear brake engaged, you should be able to descend most hills with confidence. On pavement, the brakes are strong and hold this small bike down with authority. So what about the sit-up and beg seating position? Well, the seat height is 31.5 inches, pretty low and easy to control. The seat is thick and very comfortable and provides lots of opportunity for riders to slide back and forward to accommodate various heights. Legroom is plentiful and the seating position is natural. What isn't natural is standing. The pegs are a bit too far forward, the bar's too low, and standing up causes my size 11 boots to accidentally click the heel toe shifter and shift gears unintentionally. This annoyance is perhaps the thing that holds back the Trail 125 most in off-road riding. The tank holds 1.4 gallons or 5.3 liters, which will get you over 200 kilometers or 125 miles before the low fuel warning light goes on. Theoretically, with the reserve, you may get up to 250k, but that's pushing it. The range is good enough to go well off the beaten path and still get you home. Looks are a subjective thing, but I love the styling of this bike. It mimics the classic lines that have defined these Hondas for decades, and the current model has Honda's typical high-quality fit and finish and attention to detail. The Scrambler-style exhaust is my favorite feature on the right side of the bike, while on the left it actually has a snorkel for water crossings. Does the snorkel work? Yup, as advertised. I didn't manage to drown the engine no matter how much I tried. So now onto the price. In the States you can buy the Trail 125 for $4,000 USD MSRP. If you can find one. Good luck with that, by the way. In Canada, the MSRP is $4,971 Canadian dollars. Honda Canada also lists $678 for freight and PDI. This is one of the few motorcycles that is less expensive in Canada given the current exchange rate. For reference, price-wise, the Trail 125 slots in between the Grom and the rather pricey Monkey while offering a lot of the aforementioned features that the other mini-motos don't have. These include engine guards, bash plate, luggage rack, and center stand, accessories that make this bike a pretty complete mini adventure bike out of the box. And it is pretty capable in this regard. It performs well on road, gravel, dirt, and water crossings. In addition to being a very capable city commuter, it would also make a great farm bike or runabout for outdoorsy types. No, it's not a true dual sport and isn't as trail capable as one, but it doesn't pretend to be. Within reason, it will get you most of the places that a dual sport will go, albeit slower. Out of all the Honda mini motos I've ridden, and that's all of them except for the Dax, which isn't available in North America, it's the most adventure bike-like. It has good performance, decent off-road chops, and plenty of space to strap down a bunch of camping gear for an adventure. It won't go on the highway, but folks buying these will be well aware of that. The Trail 125 has plenty of strengths, the biggest being it is easy to ride and turn around in small spaces. My wife Brooke loved it on the back roads as well as on gravel. It's extremely confidence-inspiring in those situations, and the funky transmission is easy to get used to. After 20 minutes, it feels like you've been riding the thing all your life. The engine has also been around for a while, so reliability will not be an issue. Simply put, it is the most versatile and practical of all the mini-motos. Does it have drawbacks? Sure. It's not built to carry a passenger. It's also a bit heavier than other mini-motos. The transmission takes some time getting used to, and if you learn on it, you will still need to learn how to operate a clutch and manual shifter on other motorcycles. And it is good off-road but not great. You'll have to take your time on rougher, steeper, muddy trails as the suspension and tires limit your speed in these situations. However, despite all these facts, the arrival of this bike in Canada is still very exciting news. Canadians have been pining for it for a while, and our pleas have finally been answered. To answer the question I asked earlier in the video, yes, this bike's fan base and astronomical sales figures are justified. It is a truly multifaceted motorcycle. If Brooke never rode over 80 km per hour, she would probably opt for this even over her rally. However, we do have a lot of 100 km per hour roads around here, making this thing less suited for our area. If you're commuting in the city or hitting the back roads and ATV trails in your local area, the trail is a stylish option. In addition to competing with the Grom, Monkey, and Super Cub as a city commuter, the trail is also an alternative to something like a Yamaha TW200 or Honda's new to America XR150, a practical, inexpensive, do-it-all bike that can get you around the rough roads and trails for not too much money. So, what do you think of this very popular bike? Are you interested in buying one? If you're in the market, better order yours early. Please share your thoughts in the comments below and ride safe.